Hi everybody, June here from Red Daisy Crafts. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in San Antonio, Texas, and I'm so glad to have you with me this Sunday. Not at my usual time, it's 11 a.m. I had a little bit of a conflict today, so we just made a quick adjustment, but I'm super glad to be here with you to unbox the August paper pumpkin with it's called Meaningful Flowers, and I have an alternate project for you as well today. So very excited to be with you, and I hope that you can pop on, and if not, you'll have the replay. So thank you for watching any of the replay people. I just thank you so much for taking the time to check out the video and this unboxing and alternate projects. So I'm gonna put you down to the table, and we've got a few just housekeeping things that I wanted to go over, and then we will get started. Okay, so just want to remind you that the September Paper Pumpkin subscription period is currently in place, and it is a beautiful, actually we're getting a lot more details around this kit than we have in the past, and it looks really beautiful. It was inspired by Shelli, and I don't know if you can see the box, but it is a special box as well next month. So here's a little better detail. It is called With Love and Gratitude, and look there, you can see the stamps, which we don't normally see, and you can see a little bit of the cards. This is a treat box and mini card set. So these look like they're about 3 by 3. We won't know till we get the kit, but it looks a little bit like it's going to be like a little gift card enclosure for a gift. And so basically that's what we have coming. This kit also has an add-on in the retail store of this really beautiful journal. So Thoughts of Thanks journal is what that's known as. And so if you haven't already taken advantage of getting that journal, you might want to do it soon. It is available in the retail store, and so get it before they're gone is what I can say, because these things tend to sell out. So hi, thank you for joining today. I'm super happy to have you on with me. And if you please leave me a comment. Tell me where you're watching from. So I also wanted to mention today that we have the mini catalog starting in September. I don't have the date. I think it's the 6th of September that it goes live. If you're a customer of mine in the last year, you will receive this in the mail if you have not already. And mine came yesterday, so I think that they should be hitting your mailboxes any day now. But if you need a catalog and you want one, you can comment in the comments below the video that you would like a catalog, and I'll reach out to you and we'll make that happen for you. So thank you for that. And then we're getting down to our paper pumpkin. I'm so excited. So I hope that you have gotten your paper pumpkin and that it's arrived for you. Mine came yesterday. I know some people have gotten them because they are already showing videos and whatnot. So I'm going to keep that handy just in case I need to stamp off. And so here we go. I'm excited about this set. This is the stamp set, and we actually, where's my paper? Because this is why I kept it handy, because I think you can see things better on a white background. So let's get it going in the right direction. So there we go. So there's the stamps for this set. So this is the bonus stamp the lotus flower. And then we have a lily pad over here, but we also have forget-me-nots. And then the sentiments are really beautiful. You are capable of amazing things, and your friendship is unforgettable, and you rise above the rest. So this is just a really nice friendship stamp set, or just encouraging a friend kind of stamp. So, and then we also get this month, Pretty Peacock is the Stampin' Spot. And I don't know, there we go. Pretty Peacock. So I know we all love that color, and we're so glad it came back to the fold of the core colors, because I know it was missed by so many. So let me just fold up my tissue here that seems to be going every which way, and we'll get this box out of the way, and we will open up our kit. So as you know, I have partnered up with Christy, and we are paper party with Christy in June. And so we've already got our next add-on kit available. That's going to be, I'm going to post about it this week. So be looking for that to go with this kit. I'm super excited about it. It's going to be a really full add-on. You're going to get a lot of DSP and cardstock, and so I think it'll be a lot of fun. So we also have in the kit is some clear droplets. So I'm assuming these are like water droplets intended. And then we also have a large piece of dimensionals. We have tear and tape, like 1/8 inch tear and tape, and some linen thread. Love linen thread. So let's see what we have here. So these are the cards in the kit this month, and they are beautiful, y'all. Really beautiful. Now, there's not a lot of elements to these. This is a kit definitely that you could do very quickly. And I only say that because I've been watching some of the other folks do their unboxing, and can tell that it's going to be pretty quick cards to put together. And then of course you have the full color instructions for all the cards in the kit. Now, Stampin' Up! Is also provided inside here, just a little ad about all the different tools that you might want to add to your collection for the Paper Pumpkin subscription. So just all kinds of ideas there for you. And then on the back, we have just what's in the box, and then they give us, as usual, some extra little alternate projects. So I love the colors in this kit. It's Bubble Bath, Crushed Curry, Garden Green, Melon Mambo, Misty Moonlight, Orchid Oasis, Pretty Peacock, and Tahitian Tide. So really, really beautiful colors. And so I hope that you will enjoy your kit. So let's see. We have some card layering pieces that are here. Now this kit makes 4 cards each of 2 separate cards. So this is a card layering piece that we have. Here are some card bases, and they have a fold at the top. And on the back of the card, it talks about the lotus flower. And so they're just really beautiful. It says strength, resilience, wisdom. Long revered in cultures around the world, the lotus flower is beautiful, strong, and pure. As the sun rises, the lotus flower emerges from dark, murky water with a miraculous clean flower. At day's end, it closes and descends back into the water, ready to repeat the process the next day. It's really beautiful and perfect for friendship cards. So we have those card bases. Then We also have some really beautiful envelopes for those 4 cards that have a little lotus flower on the front, and we have some fun things on the inside of our envelopes. And then this card also has, let's see, here is the last elements of this card. So there's some vellum pieces that go on this card. And then there's a beautiful lotus flower that goes with this card as well. So we are, we got 5 of those. That means we got 1 extra. So that's fun. Now the next card is the forget-me-nots, and has a beautiful little image of forget-me-nots on the front, and the envelope has really beautiful print as well. And then this card base is a little fun because it's got a really beautiful grass with the forget-me-nots on the front, and then on the back it talks about the forget-me-not flower, which is love, devotion, memories. Small and delicate forget-me-nots remind us to never forget the people we love. When you give someone these sky blue flowers with yellow centers, it represents a promise that you will always remember them. It also represents your hope that they will always remember you. So beautiful. So we have 4 of those card bases. Okay. And then we have a banner. We have 5 banners. So we have 1 extra of those. And then this beautiful pop out of the forget-me-nots that are laser cut, pre-printed forget-me-not flowers. So that is what is in the kit. And so I'm so excited to get started playing with these with you. And so let's get out what we need for each of the cards. So I'm gonna just delicately pull apart one of these floral forget-me-not cards. Now, I just dropped my banners. I had to get them. And so we have a banner we're going to be using, and some people like to stamp them while they're in the, not taken out of the piece that comes in the kit, but I take them out. So, and we have a card base, and I will get an envelope out for that. So we have that one, and so I'm going to just kind of set this stuff aside over here while we get the stuff out for the second card. All right, and so we have one of the water lilies, which is a lotus flower, and then we have the vellum paper that's in the kit. I'm going to get one of the envelopes here, and a card base, and that layering sheet that is with the kit. So let's just move all this stuff aside so it is not in our way, and then we can get started with our kit. So we're going to need that just to be sure we know what we got to do. And so now I'm going to put this back in the box so that it's out of the way. And there we go. All right. So the first card is the forget-me-nots. So let's just get this open to the forget-me-nots page. And I'm going to take the lotus flower packaging and put it over here. So we're going to need some dimensionals. We're going to stamp "Your friendship is unforgettable." Now, I have that out. I already have my stamp on my block, so I have that ready for us. We have a card base. So let's just see how this goes. So we first are stamping on this um, tag sentiment label. Oh my goodness, I can't talk. And I'm going to use my big stamp pad for the pretty peacock just because I like to keep my other ones for traveling. So, all right, so we're going to use pretty peacock. Now, you know, when you get your stamps, you want to, you know, maybe rub on them a little bit, you know, rub on them to get that extra film from the manufacturing process off of them, or scrub them with your cleaner or your chamois so that they are ready to go, and just test them. You know, I don't know if you know or not, but sorry, I'm leaning over. I don't know if you know it or not, but there's only a certain amount of time that Stampin' Up! Guarantees these items, and so you want to check them out right away. Isn't that beautiful? So pretty. Um, so you want to check out those things right away. So, all right, that's all the stamping we're doing in this. So we've got that, and I've set it aside. Now I am going to just get out these other pieces because it looks like we're going to need some twine, some of this linen thread, and the tear and tape. So the next thing it has us doing is putting some dimensionals on the back of our forget-me-nots. So just putting these on in the places that it has shown in the picture. And as you know, the instructions are good, but they are not, there's no words. So we're just kind of like following along, okay, and doing as it shows. So in this one, which is a little different, but we are putting the dimensionals on the item that's going to go right on the inside of the card. So we don't normally put things on dimensional on the inside of a card. So I feel like that's a little bit different than what we normally do. So I'm just taking these off of here, and we're going to put that right down on our card. So now you can see, isn't that beautiful? That's what it's going to look like when somebody gets it. Now I want to get my bone folder because I realize I did not burnish my fold, and it's not laying very good. So there you go. Isn't that just beautiful? So pretty. So gorgeous. All right, so get that out of the way. And the next thing it has us doing is tying a bow with our linen thread. Now it says we need 8 inches. So if I measure using the ruler that comes in the instructions, let me just get 8 inches here. And we will get our bow tied up. All right. So now it's really kind of like appears to be like a fake bow right there, because we're going to put down some tear and tape in the center of this sentiment label, and we're going to use it to tack down the linen thread. So I'm just putting this right here. This is tear and tape because it just tears right off, okay? And then just smooth down, make sure it's all smooth down, because then it will pick up that topping will come off very easily when you do that. So it just has, and I'm just gonna do a little bit of smoothing out because this stuff tends to be quite curly from the get-go. So as you can see, I'm just, you know, smoothing it out with my fingernails. All right, so here we go. I'm just laying this down. I'm gonna tack it down, okay, and then I'm gonna come back around here, or maybe actually I'm gonna go like this and then like that. Okay. All right. So I'm going to just do that and do this. Okay. And then I'm going to come and tack this piece down just like that. So as you can see, I've just tacked that right down onto the tear and tape. So simple, all right? Then I am going to put a dimensional on this end of the label, sentiment label, and this end. And then we are going to bring our card back and we're going to open this up, take off the covers on our dimensionals, and we're going to place that right down over the stems of the flower. So right at the very bottom, just a tiny bit are showing, okay? And so there is our sentiment and on the inside of the card. So now I was just about to say, oops, I made a mistake, but it is showing that tag. So I think that is the intention of it. And so basically you open it up and it says your friendship is unforgettable. So that is the first card. So as you can tell, very, very easy. All right. Then it goes inside this gorgeous envelope. Okay. That has a little forget-me-not on the front. It's so beautiful. And this card stock is very nice. And so fantastic. That's our first card. Now let's get our second card out and we will begin to make that one. So the first thing it has us doing is stamping the sentiment, you are capable of amazing things. So this one I did not have out on my stamp block. And so I'm using the ergonomic ones from the catalog, but this is a D block just like you get in your kit the first time. Okay. Now this is we're going to stamp this right on this big lily pad, basically. The leaf of this lotus flower. So I'm going to get our pretty peacock out again. And I'm going to ink this up real good so that we get a good, nice image. And, you know, I haven't played with this one yet, so I'm going to just try it out. Oh, very nice. Very nice. So we will go ahead and begin. All right, so this is going to go right on here, just like that. All right. And I'll tell you, like when I'm using photopolymer, I like to hold my stamps for a bit so that that ink just really soaks in onto the item. So there we have it. Isn't that beautiful? So pretty and visible. Like I wasn't sure how it would be on that paper if you'd be able to see it very well. So that's all the stamping we have on that project. And so we're going to get busy putting it together. So this card base came already folded. So no need. It's very, very crisp edge. Okay. And so the first thing it has us doing is, I'm going to set this aside. The first thing it has us doing is putting tear and tape on these edges. Now, I'm going to tell you, this is the one thing that I am not really on board with about how this card was made, because it really, you cannot see the item once, and you'll see what I'm talking about when we get there, but basically you're going to be putting that little sentiment that we just stamped inside of here, and you can't hardly see it. I'll show you. But I have seen, like, even Cora in our group put her sample up, and I kind of like what she did, to be honest. Thank you, Cora, for sharing that with us. ahead of time. And but I'm gonna do it the way that the instructions provide. So I have pressed down on all these little papers, so we're taking them off. And this is going to go on that layering sheet that was included in the box, in the kit box. So it's going to go like this. You want to also pay attention because there is a wrong side. This is a wrong side and a right side. So make sure that you check it out, because if you move too quick, you might miss it. So this is going right on this bottom edge of the card, this layering piece. Okay, so I'm just making sure I have it nicely lined up. All right, so there you have it. And that's beautiful, right? But this is what's going to happen with this, is that it goes inside of there. And I mean, you don't see, I mean, yes, maybe you see the print a little bit, but it's so flat that there's nothing here to really, you know, tell them to move this. And so I'm not sure about this design. Now Cora had hers out here popped up, which is what I think I will end up doing. But I wanted to show you, this is what the intention is for this. And in the design of the card, you can see that they have it underneath, and it's very visible here. It is not very visible here. And so so I do like what Cora ended up doing. So thank you again. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put this down with dimensionals and onto the card base. So it just has us using 5 dimensionals, which is probably sufficient for this layer. And so I'm just pressing those down good, and then we're going to take off the little toppers, and then we can put this down onto the card base. Now this is gonna have a little bit of a framing edge around it, so want to make sure that you get it on here straight, so that it looks nice. All right, so there you have that. There's our card base, and that's so pretty. And so, like I said, then this is it. The card goes together, and this is how they had intended for it to go. All right, so that's it. Now, it does have us using our embellishments on this card. The first card did not have embellishments put on it. Now, you can certainly put embellishments on there, and it looks like you have more than enough, because we are just making 4 of these at 5, so you'd have that many left. So literally this whole string of extras is there. So 2, 4, oh, you'd even have more than that. So that's that piece of it. So I'm just going to get my little poker tool, and let's figure out, where do they have these going? So they have a small one going right up here, and looks like another small one going out here. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, there's 7 going on here. Wow. So it looks like 3 are going on to this flower. Oops. I think they're putting one here and here and here. And then another small one down here. Whoops. And I'm going to use a big one also. They're using 2 small ones, but they're using a lot of small ones. I like the small ones. So that is how this goes. Like that. Okay. So there's your card. All right. And you can see the little water droplets. Those are a nice add, but it's very simple, very pretty, and easy to put together. So this is not a very difficult kit at all. So last month you had lots and lots of pieces, and this month you have fewer ones. And then you have this beautiful envelope that has really beautiful options on the inside, as you can see. And but here we have a really beautiful lotus flower on the front. So that is the card that is the kit was intended for. So you have, these are the 2 cards. Now I do have an alternate project, so stay with me. And we're going to start that in a moment. So I just wanted to take a moment to, while I get things together here, to tell you that I would love to be your Stampin' Up! Paper pumpkin demonstrator, and I would love to help you with anything paper pumpkin related. I wanted to tell you why I am, you know, why is it a good reason to sign up with me, is because I am going to provide all of my paper pumpkin subscribers with an exclusive tutorial each month that has 4 card ideas and a sketch inside. And then we also offer, Christy and I also offer an add-on kit. And so this month, the add-on kit, which I said is going to be posted this week, is going to include the eclectic paper DSP, which is going to be 24 6x6 sheets of 12 different designs. And this is like a really, it's a lot of DSP for you to play with. It's going to include the tinsel gems for 4-pack, and so they go very nicely with items. You're going to get 8 white, basic white, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 sheets, and you're going to get a piece of cardstock for all the colors that are in the kit. So you're going to get all these pieces, card bases. It's 5 1/2 by 8 1/2. And you're going to get a bolt of the black and white gingham ribbon. So that is the add-on kit that we're going to be offering for the August paper pumpkin, and that's going to be $35. That includes tax and shipping, and I'll be posting this week. Now, if you are interested in this add-on kit, and you want to comment below meaningful flowers, I will go ahead and message you the link so that you can sign up. Okay. And if you have any interest in joining Paper Pumpkin and you comment Paper Pumpkin below, I will send you my link to join Paper Pumpkin. I just love sharing all these ideas with you each week. And so that's another perk, is that I come and share lots of ideas each week. And so I didn't want to get into today and just unbox. I've seen plenty of that. I wanted to start showing you an alternative. So here is my first alternate card, and I think it's really beautiful. This is just using a white, basic white card base, 4 1/2 by 11, scored at 5 1/2, and this is the card. We're using the inside of the envelope, and we're using the pretty peacock ink here, and some of the gems. And I did add also some linen thread. Now you have linen thread in your kit. If you're going to make the cards in the kit, I'm not sure you'll have enough. So I did go ahead and just bring out my own linen thread for that. So I'm just going to set that over here, and we're going to make this card. I'm going to tell you how we made it. And I have most of it all put together, so it won't take too long, but I have all the pieces. So like I said, I have a basic white card base at 4 1/4 by 11 inches, scored at 5 1/2. So we have that piece. And then I have another piece of basic white, And this piece is 4 inches by 3 inches. Okay, 4 inches by 3 inches. Then I have also from the envelope. Okay, so when you open up the envelope, that is the one with the water lilies inside. I'm just getting it here. This envelope, okay, with the water lily. So when you open this up, you can see that there's blue at this end, and this end has the water lilies, the little lily pads. So literally, when I cut this open, all right, and then I take it from here to here, I can get the 4 inches that this is, okay? So this is 4 inches, okay? Now you can decide where you want it to go because it's going to overlap when I put it on the card, but that overlap gets hidden by this piece, okay? So it's going to go and look something like that when we put it onto the card base. But this piece, again, is you can get 4 inches across here without any problem. And so basically this is 4 inches by 3.5. And then again, this one's 4. And then I have this I took from the other end, and I have 2.5. Okay, so it's just going to be a smidge overlapping on the card base. All right, so that's how I did that piece. Then this piece is actually so the layer that we put on here, I took off 3/4 of an inch from this place. Okay. And so, because this is really deep, I thought, oh, well, I can still use this. I just am going to take a little bit off there. Okay. And so then the 3/4 inch I cut in half. Okay. And 3/4 in half, I think is 3/8 by 3/8. I believe is how that works out. So, and that is also 4 inches. Okay. So that card base was layering piece was already 4 inches. So again, I just took that off, and we're using that to frame off the white that we have cut for the card itself. So I am going to show you how we put this together. All right, so like I said, these pieces are going to get layered on top of each other right here, okay? And that way, whenever we add this piece, it's going to cover that up. So no worries, okay? So I'm just going to use some of my multi-purpose liquid glue to put down the piece of the envelope piece that we cut. All right, and so I'm going to start with the bottom of the card, and I'm just putting that on so that it has equal distance on all 3 sides here, and which is basically about 1/8 of an inch on each side, because we have 1/4 of an inch that's different between the card base of being 4 1/4 and this piece being 4 inches. So, and then I'm going to glue on the top part. Okay. And so I'm going to flip this around so that I can get it laid out properly and line it up as best as I can so there's no lines that are off. And so there you have it. So as you can see, it blends very nicely down, but there is a line, and so you don't want to have that, right? So that's why we're going to be covering that up. All right. So before we do any of this, we want to go ahead and do our stamping. Okay. And so what I have done here for the stamping, and I'm just going to get my little piece of cardboard back for this, is I have the leaf of the lotus flower, or the stem, I should say, the stem of the lotus flower out, and I'm going to do that in Pretty Peacock. And I don't know if there's a top or a bottom here, but I'm just using whichever feels right. Okay, so there we have it. That's our stem. So I'm going to set that aside. And then I have the big lotus flower that come in the kit. And so I'm just inking that up, and that's going to go right up here at the top. And I have it sort of turning inward is how I have it. Okay. And so I'm just holding firm on that. We put a lot of ink on there. I want it to soak in. And so there you have it. That lotus flower is gorgeous. It's one of those distinctive stamps. And so it is just so pretty. All right, then we're going to put our sentiment on here. But what I did also was just to give it a little bit of effect down here. As you can see, you have the lily pads down here, and then it's going up to the flower. So we have the little lily pad stamp. So I'm using that, and I am stamping off 2 times. All right. And I'm just coming in with that at the bottom. So let me do a couple of these, and then I'll show you how it looks. Again, I'm stamping off 2 times, and then so this is how that looks. Okay, so it's just a little hint of it behind there because we're going to put our sentiment on there, and I want, just a little bit to be behind here. As a matter of fact, I may do one more just because I really like this look. Right up here. There we go. All right. So now we're going to put our sentiment, and I'm using the Your Friendship is Unforgettable. And so I'm just going to put that right up here. There we go. Sorry if my head was in the way. That's going to go right there. And so as you can see, the little lily pads behind it, just give it a little bit of a hint of what's going on, just coming forward, okay, in the or going up with from the seam that is at the bottom of the card. Okay, so let me get that out of the way, and I'll show you what I mean. So, we have the lily pads down here, and then this is going to go up here, right? So we're just showing them going up. It's going right up into the card so that you can see how that looks. So I just think that looks really good. All right, so now we're going to add these little pieces, and we're just doing a little frame. So we're making like a little break between this, and that gets popped up on dimensionals. Okay, so let's just glue on these little strips here, which I can't decide if this is Night of Navy or if this is Misty Moonlight, but either way, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful blue. And so there we have it. So we have that laid down. I feel like this is just a little, there we go. It's funny how if you can get something far enough away, so if I look at the camera, I can tell if it's not lined up best as it can be. And so that's helpful. You do need a lot of glue here. I'm just putting very little on, and that way now we're going to do the other side. And we're just going to try and make it the same distance as the top. And so there you have it. Okay. So I really love this. I love this look. Then I took some of my linen thread. Here's my old wrapper that we have, and I'm going to just try and get some of this off of here without all the kinks, because that's no fun. All right, and I like to wrap things twice. around. I just like that look. And so I just leave a little tail down here for the bow, and then I'm coming around 2 times till I get back to that spot, and I can hold it to cut off another tail. All right, and then I'm going to tie a knot before I tie down my bow. So I hope y'all are doing well today. I know I've seen a few people popping on and off. So I'm sorry about the change. I know it's confusing to everybody, but I hope you'll come back and leave a comment. Tell me what you think about the cards and the alternate project. I just love hearing from you guys and knowing if you liked it, or just hanging out with me. So next week I'll be back at my usual time, 4 p.m. as usual, as I normally am. So so I just did this linen thread around this bottom part right underneath. So I just wanted to put something underneath the sentiment. Okay, now we're going to put this on with some dimensionals, and again, I think that 5 on here is probably plenty. So it doesn't need to be a lot of dimensionals, but there we have it. So I'm just pressing them down and taking off the toppers, and we are nearly finished, folks. I'm just so glad that you came out today and took a look at the Meaningful Flowers kit. I really think it's beautiful. And I think there's a lot of ideas rolling around in my head for alternate projects. So I cannot wait to be back with you next week with more of that. And so I am putting on a few of these water droplets so that we add a little bit of fun to this card. I'm going to put it right there. And then I'm going to get one of these smaller ones, and I'm going to put it right down here. So there we have it. There's our 2 cards. What do you think? I hope you like it. And I do love them. Oh, I know. I forgot one thing. Oh my goodness. I did put a little the smaller lotus flower on the inside. So I did that, and I did stamp it off. So I meant to do this earlier when I had this open. And so let's just do that very quickly. All right. So I just stamped it off one time, and I'm just putting it down here at the bottom of the card just to have a nice little continuation of that flower. So there you have it, folks. So I hope you like the projects, and I hope you will join Paper Pumpkin if you're not already with me. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask me in the comments. And I hope you guys have a wonderful Sunday, and a great week ahead. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.